So what do I think about Spa? Spa is well, one of my favorite tracks, together with Eiffel Wolf. I just love these two tracks. Spa is a fast track. It's very modern, also very safe. It belongs to the most favorite tracks of all drivers, and this means that all drivers are very competitive, and which guarantees very tough and close racing, and that's what we're looking for in a race. Spa will be my first race in the L4. Just did a trial race in the L4 today, and I think we'll be up there with the competition.
That's Mohammed Al-Ghariri. I'm Sean, and this is your WSPSC pre-race show. We'll hear more from Mohammed and a bunch of other drivers later on in the show, but first let's introduce the race weekend. This week is Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for WSPSC, a very, very, very large track in the Belgian forests. And we had Hanne Wotevajjjj take his last year's Caterham, Flatout Alliance Caterham, around the track for us so we could get a look at it. So here is Flying Lap with Hanne Wotevajjjj. Okay, we're joining Hanne Wotevajjjj for a lap at Spa, coming into the La Source hairpin now, about to start his flying lap.
That's the fastest lap, great driving.
All the curb coming into Eau Rouge, and all the curb on the exit there. Really long straightaway. There's be a lot of drafting here. Takes a narrow entry there and gets understeer. Seems to be okay though. Another really narrow entry comes into this corner. Really long right-hander, really late apex. Nice wide entry there. Good apex. Really long left-hand sweeper, some curb there in the middle of it, comes back inside and back outside. Another narrow entry. It sets him up really well for this corner. You'll see him get that apex really good here and get all the curb on the exit. Lots of curb there too. Another really long section of track that's really good for drafting. Really wide there. Great place to pass coming into the chicane. Car bounces a little bit, gets off balance. Coming back down to La Source to finish his lap. Nice early turn in. Back all the way right to the wall. And that's a flying lap at Spa with Hanne Wotevajjjj. If you'd like to know more about Spa, Wotevajjjj, I really can't pronounce that name. Lawrence has created a video that is really in-depth. I will put that in an annotation and in the description. Now we'll move on to the driver lineup for this season. Keep in mind that some teams haven't been fully announced yet, and there might be some latecomers. While you watch the signed teams roll by, we got some input from the drivers on what they expect from Season 2, so I will play those sound bites now.
What do I think about WSPSC second season. Well, I expect it to be very competitive. There are some improvements. Well, we have a lot of media attention now. We have camera cars during the race. So there's a lot of media attention. Well, the competition will be tough. There are some drivers that drove in the first season already, and there are a lot of new drivers. And I just expect it to be just as good and even better than the first season.
So, hello to Sean and hello to everybody that's listening. I'm having a bit of a cold at the moment, so my voice is a bit strange. You maybe can hear this. And I will just jump into the questions you asked me. So first of all, your first question was, what do you think of Spa? I personally like Spa. I don't know if there are people who don't like Spa, but I think most of the people like Spa. I think because it's always fun to drive, so we have some very great corners and I guess always exciting racing there. Also these long straights enable you to get great slipstream battles, and you have great long corners in the second sector where you can overtake or just drive an exciting race with your opponents, and I always liked that. Last season we had a night race there, and that was what a nice experience, but also you had like no vision at all. You couldn't see 50 meters ahead or something like that. Yeah, 50 meters, maybe 100 meters. It was a great experience, but I don't want to repeat this again, so I don't think we're going to do a night race again at Spa. But I'm excited that we're having this track in, and I think it was the first track that was voted in, I guess, together with Sakito Suzuka. So that speaks for itself that Spa is liked by almost everyone. So the second question was, what do you expect from Season 2 of WSPSC? And in general, I don't expect much. First season was nice to drive. We had some great battles, but I also had some problems with the game, problems with consistency and all that stuff. Now for a second season, I guess everybody knows the pace of the others. You know that there are some drivers just aliens and driving in the front, and some drivers kick in the midfield, stuff like that. And I think due to the fact that we have new cars and also a few new drivers, this is going to get exciting again, not boring at all. And also I'm looking forward to drive and work together with my teammate again. He helped me a lot with making setups last season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, I have some targets for this season. I want to get rid of all my consistency problems, for example spinning at the end of the race or something like that, so destroying my race by my own fault. I want to get rid of that, and also I want to get better at making setups. I really have problems with that, and I hope I can get better with that during Season 2 of WSPSC. I'm also driving in a different league. That also helps if you have multiple cars to do a setup on and to figure out how they're going to act. So all in all, I'm looking forward to Season 2. I guess everybody is looking forward. So I wish all you guys all the best for Season 2. I hope we are going to have some good racing, and I hope we have a lot of people participating in this league with us, and see you on the racetrack.
Hello everyone, it's Lawrence, aka Wotevajjjj in the number 3 Dominum Musk Racer L4 RS. What I think of Spa? Well, it's a really fast track, so the racer won't be very good there. But there are a lot of fast corners, so those are really fun in cars like this. They're not very powerful, but they handle very well. The brakes are good. That's, you know, it's a pretty cool car to drive around the track. The track itself is pretty brilliant, unless you have to walk around it on foot a couple of times. because then it's not as fun as you would think, really. I mean, seriously, advice to everyone ever going there: take a bike with you and a chair to sit on. What do I expect from Season 2 of the WSPSC Championship? I expect to get a few wins. I don't really expect to win the championship, but I know what I'm capable of from championships I've done in the past on different platforms, different games, because this is my first PC racing championship. But I do expect a lot from it. I'm gonna do my complete and utter best to get as high up on the rankings as I possibly can. So those are my expectations, really.
Hi everyone, this is Hanne speaking. Yeah, and I was just asked to tell you what I expect from WSPSC Season 2. Some of you already know me from Season 1. I raced Caterham in Flatout Alliance for the first season, and well, my result wasn't that good because I didn't find good setups. I hadn't enough time to practice all the tracks, and in the end I was 11th, and this was only because the Caterhams really got too strong in the second half of the season. I think otherwise it would have been 15, 16, 17, somewhere at the end of the grid. So what do I expect from Season 2? Yeah, to get better in driving and to get more points. In the end it's very easy because Flatout Alliance told me they are gonna kick me out of their team if I don't finish in the first third of the table. So this basically is my aim for Season 2 because I don't want to get kicked. So we got a new car, I got a new teammate. I love the car, it's fast, it's a little bit slippery and not that easy to handle, but that's also what I like about it. If you learn how to drive the Wotevajjjj, it's really rewarding. So it's a fun car to drive, and I think it's really competitive. Flatout made the right decision to pick this car, and I think my aim isn't really unrealistic. Also, I know the first track very well, so yeah, I don't want to say podium, but top 5, top 6, top 7 result should be possible if you look at the qualifying table right now. And yeah, let me tell you something about Spa. It's my favorite track by far. I love the track. I love the corners, the straights. It's got everything you need for racing. You can even pass people in many of the corners. You got long straights, which is very good for our car. And about the corners, I'm one of those 3 people in the world who hates Eau Rouge. Yeah, that's simply because I get on the curbs all the time, sliding around. So if I do a lap which is fast without being in the walls after Eau Rouge, without lying on my roof, without driving through the grass or something, I'm really happy in every lap. But I love all the corners behind the long straight, because those are fast corners and you need to hit the right line very exactly, otherwise you're going very wide, have to brake, losing much time. So also very rewarding corners. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a good race for the Palmer teams, because you got those 2 long straights. Maybe the racers are stronger in the corners, but I don't think they will make up the 20, perhaps 30 kilometers per hour in top speed on the straights. So yeah, as I said before, I think we can do top 3, top 4, top 5 in this race. And this would be awesome, because it would be my best finish in any race I did ever. But yeah, let's just see how the race goes on Tuesday. Let's see how well my new team member does. He is really learning fast, and yeah, Spa is also his favorite track. So yeah, see you on track. Have a good qualifying, have a good preparation for the race, and most important thing, have fun. See you.
Spa is one of the iconic tracks one has to love. In my opinion, it's the hilly terrain giving you the feeling of a roller coaster ride. Talking about key sections, I don't think that Eau Rouge isn't going to be that important. I rather count on the bus stop chicane and La Source to set a fast lap. My aim is to score points regularly for my team, which I want to achieve by increasing both my overall pace and my consistency. I want to assist Michael bring Qatar racing forward significantly on the leaderboards. Last year I couldn't help him often, my pace wasn't as good as I wanted to be.
So thank you guys for your thoughts, and this will conclude our pre-race show. I just want to say, even though it's the end of May with the Indy 500, the Isle of Man Tourist Trophy, the Coke 600, the Monaco Grand Prix, all of these great big races are going on, you all should really check out WSPSC. It's gonna really heat up this season, I think. Talked to a few drivers so far. Hanne's back in the paddock there. He said that he wanted to start a rivalry with the old Rapa Oil guys, Neville and Mohammed, who signed with Petrobras this year because Rapa Oil pulled out. So I would suggest you guys really check out this league and Project Cars in general. So that's it for this pre-race show, and I wish everybody a good race.